job than the last 3 fights.
We're looking for the same issue. We feel that they weren't that close.
Do you expect that would help Manny out a little bit? Juan Manuel being more aggressive?
I think so, because it'd be more hittable, not so much a counterpuncher, and not be moving away all the time.
Freddie, how important is it for Manny to have a knockout?
Well, I think every short fight's a knockout, and I think it's to secure his #1 spot in the world. I think we need an impressive fight, and a knockout would be impressive.
Freddie, wasn't Manny being as aggressive in all 3 fights? Wasn't he trying to get the knockout? I mean, he scored 3 knockdowns in the first fight.
Right, the first one he was aggressive only in the beginning of the fight. In the second fight, we got 1 knockdown. In the third fight, we didn't have any knockdowns. So
They actually had pretty good.
he just, I think he's stunned guys a little bit, but I think he just lost that killer instinct and didn't really go after him. Like the first fight, he was successful trying to knock him out, but just Marquez is very resilient also. So you have to take that the opponent into the factor also. So Marquez is, there's no quitting him, we know that. But we keep putting him down. Hopefully we can get him to say that.
You think that after all 3 fights, Marquez somehow has been able to figure out Manny a little bit? That could have contributed to not getting a knockout?
Manny a little bit, but the thing is, he still lost those fights, and I still had Manny winning all 3 fights, to be honest with you, by a little bit. So Manny started well in all 3 fights and finished well in all 3 fights. The middle rounds, Marquez won, but the majority rounds, I thought Manny won.
Is that the motivation, that because those fights were close and there's controversy, some people say he lost, some people say he won, that you want to...
Motivation is after the last fight getting booed so bad, we need to redeem ourselves. Someone said, why were you smiling when you won the fight? I said, it's hard to smile when you get booed. So there's a lot of fans that thought we lost that fight, so I'd like to change that.
Freddie, was this the fight that you wanted, or did you want Bradley next, or someone else?
Someone else, just.
What did you want?
We'll get you next time, sir.
Mayweather.
Yeah.
Well, right. But was this second choice, or was Bradley second choice?
To me, he was third.
I like this.
I like to get that Bradley out of the way, redeem himself there, and all we needed is get 2 new judges.
It seems like this one maybe makes more business sense.
This does. It's Bradley sold 6 tickets last time, and he'll sell less next time.
6?
Come on, that's about his audience. That's why we're not fighting him. There's no business. There's no money in that fight.
And does a fighter typically lose some killer instinct as they get older, or is there some other reason why you think Manny hasn't been as much in a finishing mode last few fights?
His religious program hasn't helped, and maybe getting a little bit older and a little more compassionate. He's always been a compassionate person, but he still had that fire to knock these guys out. But it just didn't happen it's been happening over the last 4 or 5 fights. So he's getting a little more compassionate in each one. So I just need to bring back that killer instinct, and once he hurts somebody, you finish him like he used to.
Do you still want to
What are the problems trying to get the Mayweather fight? Are you still motivated to make that fight?
I am, but I have nothing to do with negotiations. But I think it's a good thing that 50 Cent and them are all together, because that means, to me, it tells me that they're talking. So when they're talking, something might happen. The most anticipated fight in the world, it needs to happen now, because it's starting to lose interest.
By when do you think this fight should happen? I mean, if it's not this year.
It should happen already, but I think March or April.
So there's the talks with 50 Cent is true. It's really.
From what I hear, yes, but I haven't spoken to myself in person, but I know they're talking on the phone, but I'm only hearing one side of the conversation.